What's going on, guys? The boy Breeze coming back at you with another NCAA Football 14 defensive tip. And today, guys, we're going to be going into this quickly, but this is just pretty generic tips on how to play defense in the red zone. I saw a couple requests wondering how to do this. I'm going to be going over this today. And there's not going to be anything crazy in this video. It's going to be very easy, basic tips on how to play defense in the red zone. You know, this is just what I do personally. And we're going to jump right into it. And the first thing that I recommend you guys do is play zone coverage. Don't play man, because if you play man and you're playing coverage defense, for example, which is what we're going to be doing, they have more time to get open because, I mean, if it's man, it's just one-on-one coverages. So eventually someone's going to get open, whereas if it's zone and we're inside the 20, where everything's more compressed, there's not as much room on the field, the zones can play easier they can play defense a lot easier because they don't have as much room to guard, whereas the offense is going to be desperate trying to get guys open and whatnot. So we're going to come out and cover 3 and 3-5 stack. You can run this out of any zone play besides cover 2. I recommend cover 2 sink, cover 3 sink, cover 3, cover 4, but we're going to come out and cover 3 out of 3-5 stack. Now, a lot of guys like to pass in the red zone, so we're going to come out in a pass play. I will be showing a couple of run examples as well. So the first thing you guys are going to want to do is always pass commit. You can show blitz if you want, but I just like to press. And then if we're in 3-5 stack, just a little tip, if you're in 3-5 stack, I like to spread the line and then pinch. Well, I like to spread the linebackers and then pinch the D line. So now what we're going to want to do to make sure that we have good coverage all over the field is, I mean, you can already see this is a pretty good run D. It's a pretty good balanced run defense. But what we're going to make sure to do is put these 2 outside defensive linemen on flat zones. Now, if these 2 DBs right here that are on purples were on flat zones, we would put these 2 defensive linemen on purples. You see what I'm saying? But since these 2 defensive backs are already on purples and they're on flat zones, we're just going to have these defensive linemen on the blues. Because you see what I'm saying? Now we're covering the whole field. With that being said, all you have to do is play the safety up top and user, and everything should be covered on the play. So I'm going to snap the ball. Nothing's really open. There's really no options, as you can see. And the quarterback would be forced to throw it away. So, and of course, you know, you want to be playing user defense. It's kind of hard when I'm playing with 2 controllers. So this would be your user safety. You pretty much want to be covering the field. So as soon as I see this guy over here breaking out, you want to go user him, because the quarterback could have potentially thrown to this guy right here. You want to make sure that you're playing good user defense. Now that being said, you want to run this type of look every time. So make sure you're pinching the D-line, spreading the linebackers if you're in 3-5 stack. Otherwise, just do whatever you think is going to play pretty good run defense. And then make sure you put these outside defensive linemen on whatever you want to make sure the field is going to be covered. Now, another thing that you can do is say that they like to scramble a lot. Well, zones generally play pretty good defense, they like to scramble, but say that they're still scrambling on you, they're picking up decent yards. What you want to do is, okay, so the left side of the field we see 2 receivers, on the right side of the field we see 3. So the left side of the field doesn't really need that extra route, you see what I'm saying? So we're going to put this left defensive lineman on a spy, and I always like to have one guy rushing, so this guy is always going to stay rushing. That's why we're doing this. Now we'll have the spy, and when the quarterback drops back expecting to be able to just scramble right away, he's not going to be able to, you see what I'm saying? So that's what's good about that spy. So that's pretty much how to play pretty good pass defense in the red zone. As you get even further down the field, it gets even more ridiculous. You really can't get anyone open. But with that being said, I'm going to now put them in more of a run play. So, alright, so let's just put them in this basic run play, but we don't know they're running. So let's just do our usual look. And make sure you're pressing coverage, by the way. And if you think they're running, what I recommend doing actually is putting this top safety on a spy, or whoever you're using with on a spy. So if you like to play this linebacker, for example, put him on a spy. If you like to play with the safety, put him on a spy. And this is a guy you're going to be using with. Why I say put him on a spy? Because it actually helps you play user run defense. If you have him on a zone, when they snap the ball to run, your guy's going to automatically drop back a couple steps. It's going to delay you. Whereas if you have it on a spy, you're actually going to kind of get a little bit of a boost, a little bit of a assist when playing run defense. So, and then if they're passing, you can just play pass defense as you normally would. So there's no disadvantage to putting the spy, only advantages, because it's going to help you play run defense. So that being said, I'm going to snap the ball, not knowing if they're running or passing. Let's see what happens. Okay, they're running. I run to the outside, and that's a great run defense, because I know the 3-3-5 stack plays good run defense when I run this look. I pinch the line, spread the linebackers. We have pretty good balance on both sides. We only have one high safety, but we're also playing great pass defense, so if they're passing, they're not going to have anywhere to go. As you can see, I'm not cheating on the play. You know, I'm seeing what they're going to be doing. I see he's handing off the ball. Then I start running to the right side. And as you can see, my user didn't even really have to do anything, because this is just actually pretty good run defense as it is. So now I'm going to put them more in a run defense just to wrap this up. I mean, a run offense just to wrap this up. So let's say they're running out of like I form in the red zone. You know, they really like to pound the rock. I'll put them on a good run play. I won't put them on some half-assed run play. I'll put them on an outside run. So I'll put them on power. And let's see what happens. They might get some yards, but the goal is to not give up huge gains. So if they're going to be running an overloaded just run play where they're just going to be running all out, and you know this, you might run commit. But either way, I mean, we don't know if they're running or passing, so we're going to set it up exactly the same as we did before. Again, we're just pinching the line, spreading the linebackers, and then we're still going to put these two outside guys on the flat zones, because that does not affect the run at all. If they're running, the defensive line will automatically know this, so it's not hurting you. Again, we're going to put this guy on a spy that we're using with. We're going to snap the ball. And look at that, great penetration. That's why I love the 3-3-5 stack. As you can see, we're going to have the middle plugged. And again, my user almost does nothing, because this is just very good penetration to the outside. This is a run formation, guys, and we're running with 2 lead blockers. And we're still breaking through, playing max coverage. So when people tell you can't play max coverage or play run defense, they're lying, because in the red zone you can. And with that being said, guys, those are just quick basic tips on how to play defense in the red zone. I really hope you enjoyed. But again, if you did enjoy, you know, of course, hit that like button, guys. Comment and subscribe for more great tips from Witness Gaming. More to come when that demo drops next week. For Madden, guys, you already know we're going to be all over that. So, Madden 25 coming real soon. A few more NCAA tips, then we're going to be moving straight into Madden. Of course, more NCAA is going to be coming little by little throughout the year, but we're going to focus more on the games as they come. So when Madden comes, you already know we're going to be right on top of it, guys. So subscribe for that. Again, guys, it's been your boy Breeze. I'm signing at the booth. Peace.